Welcome back to Wristwatchism. Today we're showing you an unboxing of something completely different from what I normally wear. I was going to buy a Zodiac or a Zin 104. This is something completely different from a storied Swiss brand that we all know, which is part of the Swatch group. I'm not saying anything more. Enjoy, keep watching, send me a message on my email, please subscribe, and time and tide, Houdinki, you know where to find me. So, this is a box. There will be an unboxing now. As I showed you earlier, I was looking for a Zodiac or a Zin 104. I haven't got a pilot's watch, and I'm quite fond of divers, as you can see from the Seiko here. But lately I've been more enamored with the more vintage looking pieces like this Laurier. I'm wearing that for a size comparison, which I'll show you later. And I actually ended up buying something completely different from a brand which is now part of the Swatch group and has been a brand since 1852, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, this is a Longines. This is the first Longines, the first new Longines I've ever bought. I was reminded of the brilliance of this piece. It's got something to do with Houdinki and Ben Clymer, who was wearing a vintage Longines watch, and Longines actually borrowed it for their museum, and this got something to do with that. So, are we going to unbox it? Nice Swiss quality on the outer box. There is an inner box here. There is an instruction manual, I thought, but for some reason it looks like a complete history of Longines, but it's actually the instruction manual for the complete range of Longines, which is a bit silly, so I don't really need that. So I'm going to put away this box and have a look at what's in here. This is a Longines. It is not a diver. It is the Heritage 1945 model. It is 40 millimeters. It comes on this very, very nice vintage strap, which is suede, hand stitched, calf leather on the inside. So let's get working on some close-ups. I'll put the specs here on the side so you can see. It's got a, there we go, in focus. It's got a 40 millimeter case. It's got the well-known ETA 2895/2 movement. It's actually called something else. It's an in-house Longines movement which is based on the ETA. It is a 40 millimeter. Here you go. Here are the specs, and let's go. And we are back for some close-ups. This is a 40 millimeter polished case. Very nice downturned lugs, which are quite pointy, great ergonomics. It's got a AR treated sapphire crystal, which is domed, and a fantastic, hard to catch in the light, brushed coppery colored dial, which I'll do some shots later, some close up. You can see it there. It's got a brushing, a vertical brushing. It's got a small sub-register seconds dial and the automatic text. It's got some nice Art Deco-ish text on the dial for the numbers, for the numerals. It's got this lovely open 6, and it's got these applied steel indices and It's a fantastic looking watch. It's got blued hands, which I'm trying to catch here in the light. Yeah, blued hands. Superb quality on the case. It's got the Longines buckle with the famous winged logo here, and it's got, here's the back, signed back. Try not to catch my own reflection there. Very comfortable. It is 40 millimeters. Longines logo crown with the winged logo. It is a watch that was based on a vintage Longines that Ben Clymer was wearing. Longines borrowed it for their museum, so he thought, and they actually ended up with making a model which looked quite a lot like his, but for this day and age. You'll see a shot of it here compared to it. It's fantastic. It's got a 20 millimeter lug width. It does wear quite large. So I took off the watch I was wearing today, which is the Laurier Neptune. Side by side, you get a good idea, because the lack of a bezel on the Longines means it wears a lot larger than the 40 millimeters would suggest. If you have a look at the Laurier, which is a classic 50s, 60s diver with the bezel and a polished riot inside the by the dial. So the dial is actually quite small. This watch is actually 39 millimeters and this is 40, but you know, visually it wears a lot larger, but still the design language is brilliant. It looks exactly like a 1940s watch. Some say the sub register is a bit small. I think it's just right. Recessed into the dial with circular brushing, and you have the, as I said, the fantastic copper dial, which looks stunning, especially in the evening with low light and some candlelight. I'll show you some shots later. Yeah, so I love it. It's a brilliant watch. Very happy with it. Very, very, very nice hand-stitched vintage strap. Actually, one of the first watches I bought in a very long time from a authorized dealer, because they actually had it in stock and they offered a very good price on it. So hopefully this is it. I'm going to get back now with, I'll put it on my wrist. So instead of cutting and starting a new sequence, I'll show you this now. Put it on my wrist, you'll see. I've got a 7-inch wrist, so quite small. This sits just perfectly on my wrist. It's not too thick. I think it's about 11 millimeters. So it slips under the cuff of a shirt. Works perfectly in more dressy occasions, and because of the vintage strap, it's a brilliant watch even with jeans and a t-shirt. So yeah, love it. Brilliant piece. Hopefully this has inspired you. I'm now ready to go, and I'll see you again. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed that unboxing of the Longines Heritage 1945, and that might inspire you to have a look at it. As I said, that was something completely different from what I was looking at, but it was brilliant. Now, if you buy just one book on watches this year, you should have a look at this. This is A Man and His Watch by Matt Franek. I've read it like 3 times. I'm not sponsored. It's a fantastic book. Stories about people and the relationship to their watches. Have a look at it. Go and buy it. I'm today wearing a Seiko Baby Marine Master Great Blue Hole. That will be our next feature. Please subscribe, send me an email, comment below, and I'll see you again.